broken into two. Still I call it magic when I'm next to you. And I don't, and I don't, and I don't, and I don't. No, I don't, it's true. I don't, no, I don't, no, I don't, no, I don't want anybody else but you. I don't, no, I don't, no, I don't, no, I don't. No, I don't, it's true. I don't, no, I don't, no, I don't, no, I don't want anybody else but you. Call it magic. Cut me into two. I'm of all your magic. I disappear from view, and I can't get over, can't get over you. Still I call it magic. You're such a precious jewel. And I don't, and I don't, and I don't, and I don't. No, I don't, it's true.
This is our group out at Storybook Farm.
And so there's two lines of thought, is that yes, it is relaxation and they're happy when they're chewing and they're licking and doing that kind of thing. You'll see it a lot of times when they're getting chiropractic and acupuncture work done, that they start that and they start just relaxing, and that's part of their relaxing is producing additional saliva. So you'll see a horse can open up his mouth right now and dump out 4 cups of saliva. If you pay attention to those types of things about them, then it kind of puts you in the zone with them, right? And you're understanding what they're talking to you about. And then you're becoming intentionally mindful of them communicating with you. And that's really what we do try to teach our riders. And, what's your horse talking to you? What's he saying to you? And when you're riding, their ears pop back and forth. And that's telling you something. And just their willingness to do what you ask them to do when you're asking them correctly. They have a language just like we do. And that repetition of asking for certain things the same way. That's what we try to teach our volunteers when we handle the horses. It's not that our way is the best way. It's just that our way is what they know, right? And so we need to stay consistent, just like rearing a child. This behavior is acceptable. Always, this behavior is always unacceptable. And the lines get blurred when you're dealing with animals if that doesn't say the same, right? So they know there's cause and effect. And there's a certain protocol that we have to deal with them. Whether we think it's important for them to come out here and walk around for 15 minutes and eat grass, mentally, that's what they have to do. This little brain, and they're flight animals, right? So they're scared, and you're their enemy, basically, because they're not the prey. They are the prey, they're not the predator. And so all of this goes into what a horse is. And it's not a dog that's 50 pounds, it's a 1,400-pound animal.
For someone like me who's never been around horses, how could I connect with a horse, and how long would it take? And I'm talking a connection that would fulfill the same criteria as mindfulness.
In about 10 minutes.
10 minutes, really?
I think that you are around, I see it, we see it all the time, don't we, Andrew? The kids, when the horses are around the kids, the horses behave a little bit differently than they are going to around us. Right? They are very mindful that this is a fragile child, and there are things going on. They connect on a emotional level. They read your emotions and they mirror them right back. So that's why you always are told, if you're scared or you're timid around the horse, don't show it. In other words, here comes the courage part, kind of man it up and do it. And then you'll accomplish that. And then the horse is instilling confidence in you. So horses need a leader. They don't need to be the leader. And many times people get hurt or things happen or things go south. You always hear these weird things that go on with horses. And it's because people are not taught when they're little, like even a little 8-year-old needs to be in control of that horse. And that horse has got to know and respect that little 8-year-old child, right? And so because they want somebody telling them what to do. I think that I do anyway, feel an immediate connection. And I don't know if that's my history with them or if that's just the nature of the horse. I suspect it's the nature of the horse because I see it all the time with these kids.
Connect with anything else like
Because it's giving back, it's reflecting
They're
you.
very
I
reflective.
mean, it's
yeah.
it's hard to have a conversation with somebody like an animal that doesn't speak your language, but you can with horses. It's crazy. It's you literally like just like a look at each other and have a conversation.
The like, and that they do their mouth like that. The kids all think it's funny, but it's a relaxation technique.
That's a
for them.
relaxation.
Yeah,
They're doing mindfulness at
They
that
are,
point.
right?
Yeah,
that
I've
point.
had to teach my horse how to like relax because he'll get really tense at shows, and like I have to
Yeah.
sit there and like I have to like verbally like huff as loud as I can and like blow my air out and like relax my body as much as I can a couple of times. Then he'll finally like take a deep breath and you're like, oh boy, here's a cookie.
Yeah, well, and it's good. It's
Now
good
he's
practice
just-
for us because it does make us much more self-aware of what are we do, what are And I'll tell you, we've got one horse, and he has taught me patience like no other horse. You don't do well with negative consequences; they do awesome with positive consequences. Also, the tone of your voice. Like every trainer I have ever had, you want to have a running dialogue with your horse, right? Your body is communicating to them, and they love to hear your voice. And it doesn't even matter if you're saying nonsensical things to them, but just the cadence of your voice and the tone of your voice.
Oh, wow.
It is very, very soothing to them, and they take a breath. It's like a lot of therapy settings are done never ever getting on the back of a horse. It's just
It's
amazing.
just standing there going one-on-one.
Yeah, just one-on-one. I mean, getting them to follow you around without a halter or lead rope or a treat, or it's amazing the things that you can teach them, and the amount of partnership that they have with people. That's what they really, really want.
Like the spray, like this, it's like smoke, right? I have no idea what it is. It just confuses them. So you guys see how like his ears perked up and his whole just demeanor. He just got alert, right? So that's an alert horse. When now Smee is getting see how his ears are kind of forward and pensive, not pensive, but attentive is a better word. He's getting to where he's a little more relaxed and neck all kind of in a line with his back. That's like straight up relaxed. It's almost like sleep mode for a horse. Right?
I mean, I know what I'm doing, so I can easily walk up to a horse and make a connection because I'm just like about that. But like y'all do it.
Well,
because
show me how to
y'all
do
don't
it.
have-
Just demonstrate.
I don't know. The first rule is always never walk up behind them, or at least not fast or like really close.
So he's got some flies on him. Yes, sir.
Get them off, bugs.
I'm gonna find some fly spray.
And his name is Mr. Shmee.
How old is he?
14, 15?
He's your good boy. He would be so much fun bareback. He's like the perfect bareback horse. Just like a little cushion.
He's got a really
It's
beautiful
like a
eye.
couch.
He's got a blue eye on his other.
Mr. Shmee.
Yeah. Just talk to him, right?
Hey, you blowing your nose on me?
You like that? That's right. Like you don't like it when I come up and put my hand in your face.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. Same thing with him. It's getting into his personal bubble. So what they'll do when they get really relaxed, like I said, with their head dropping and everything, but they'll start licking their lips and like kind of they don't chew cud, right? Like a cow does. Like a cow's like constantly chewing on stuff. Horses don't do that. But their lips will get really loose and they'll start.
Lizard lip.
Yeah.
I just noticed that I just cocked my leg here. I got more relaxed because I was a little bit tense at first. Big old guy.
Some guys like their nose to be scratched, like their muzzle rubbed a little bit. Some guys are a little bit more like mouthy, where they'll like
Both
kind
of
of.
mine. Oh my god. You can hear how slow his heart rate is. Probably average on maybe 30 beats, 31 beats per minute.
Still believe in magic. Well, yes, I do. Oh, yes, I do.